Hi everyone, welcome to Techie Track Education channel. So today we are going to discuss about Java. So why Java? So actually why we need to learn Java? Because if you learn Java, you can write the various applications like mobile applications, web applications, enterprise and standalone applications. So you can create lot of applications and you will get more opportunities in the IT market to get the jobs easily. And Java is there nearly 20 to 25 years in the IT world. Still, the demand for the Java is keep on getting increased. It is not getting faded out easily. After Java came, lot of technologies have came and went on, but still Java is there. So you can create the mobile applications like Android is there. So on top of the Android OS or iOS OS, you can create lot of mobile apps, and you can create web applications like IRCTC site is there, Flipkart sites are there. So you can also create your own websites. And enterprise applications means if you want to create do any packages like any softwares for hospitals or medical shops or some other industries, you can create any applications using Java, because Java is having various services and various internal applications are there, so you can do that. And you can create the standalone applications also. What is the standalone application? The application only be executed in the particular computer, so you can write the Java code and make it to run it in the particular system only. Okay, so if you learn Java, so you will get vast opportunities in the market. Okay, what is Java? Java is a structured language. If you see in that right side of the screen one gray background, right, that public class, the class name is there, and public return type, method name, these kind of structure we need to follow that, because Java is a structured language. And if you create the Java program and once you compile that, you can execute the compiled program into various computers. Like if you create the program and compile it in Windows machine, and you can run the same class in Unix OS or Mac OS. Okay, because that OS compatibility is available in Java. So Java is a language as well as the platform. So in the upcoming videos, I will explain what is the platform. So in 1995, James Gosling introduced Java. So earlier it is under the Sun Technologies. After that, Oracle owned Java. So right now Oracle is having Java. So if you want to download the Java, then you need to go to the Oracle website and you can download it. So before move on to Java, what is programming language? See, everybody know a language, right? Human are using the human language. So if any human is speaking any language, the another person needs to understand the language, right? The same way, if you are writing any language, the computer needs to understand your program and it needs to execute it. So in 1950s, they have the machine language. So you need to give in the binary code format, ones and zeros only. You need to give that. Then only machine can understand that and execute it. So at the time only the mathematicians are using the machine languages. After that, assembly language got introduced. So that assembly language is kind of a set of instructions. So that is a set of instructions will be executed only in the particular machine. It's depending on the specific processor. So if you are using the iCore 4 processor, then the code will be executed only in the iCore 4 processor. You can't execute the same code into iCore 5 processor, because earlier that assembly language was developed in that way. So after that, that high level languages are getting introduced like C, C++, Java, those things are okay. So you can write the code in a machine readable format, and the code will be converted in you need to write the code in the human readable format. So the code will be getting converted into the machine readable format by compilers or interpreters. So for example, you can in Java you can write a simple program like hello world, kind of like that. You can just say system.out.println of hello world. So once you compile the program and run the program, it will be converted into the machine readable format and the machine will execute it. But you are write the program in the human readable format, that is called high level languages. So what is compiler and interpreter? So compiler converts the high level program into machine code, and machine will and the compiler will read the code and create the compiler create the machine code. Okay, so once you compile the code, you don't want to compile each and every time, because once you compile the code, the compiled code will be executed in n number of times. Okay, the what compiler is doing, it will read all the code and it will compile the code. So in the before it while doing the compilation, right, at the time it will check that what is the syntax, either the syntax of the program is correct or not, any mistake is happening or not. Everything is fine, then only it will compile the code. But interpreter is a different one. So interpreter is taking each statement and converts the each statement into the machine code. But compiler, what it is doing, first of all it will check that either syntax is everything is fine, then only it will compile the code, and it will change the high level program into machine code. But interpreter is taking each line and each line is getting converted into the machine code format. So if any mistake is there in your program, then interpreter will abruptly stop your machine code conversion. Okay, so you need to correct your changes. Again, the interpreter will start the verification, and each and every line will be converted into the machine code, and it will complete that. But compiler is not like that. Compiler is take first of all it will do the verification. Everything is fine. Then only it will start the compilation successfully, and it will create the machine readable format code. Okay. So that's the reason that compiled code is faster than the interpreted code. So Java is using the Java compiler. We don't have the interpreter for Java. Let's move on to the next slide. So Java is a language as well as the platform. So what is a platform? So Java, you can write the Java programs, and Java is having the compilers and the executors to run your program. And if you want to refer anybody's program, then you can easily refer that. So for that you need to use the Java libraries. So either you can refer Java's inbuilt libraries, or somebody's program also you can refer that. So those kind of facilities are available in the Java platform. Okay. So to start the Java, you need to install the Java in your machine. So you can get the Java in the below URL narkle.com. You can download that. I am using Java 1.8. So it is having a zip file called JDK 1.8. I just download it and install it inside the C colon program files Java folder. So I installed Java JDK 1.8. JDK means Java Development Kit. I installed inside the Java folder. So I show both in the Windows Explorer as well as in the command prompt also. Okay. Suppose if you are not able to download the Java JDK compilers, JDK code, you can utilize the online compilers. There are a lot of URLs are there, like jdoodle.com, some other websites are there. So you can simply write your program in that websites and you can run it. But my suggestion is you can download and install the JDK software. So first of all, I am going to write a simple program like hello world program, kind of like that. I am going to write a simple program, my first program. Okay, what I'm going to do, that I'm going to just print one statement. The statement is having a text called my first program. So you can write the Java code in a simple notepad. Okay, you can open your simple notepad and you can write the Java in that. In my, to develop the Java, we have lot of softwares like Eclipse, NetBeans, lot of softwares are there. We can also install and utilize it. In the upcoming session, I will explain that. For the simple program, you can write the code in the notepad as well. So the first line is public class first program. You need to follow the structure public class, and first program is the my program name. You can write whatever you wanted. And the next line, it is having the public static void main and string args. And the third line contains system.out.println. System.out.println means it will print the given value. Actually, I given my first program inside the double quotes, so it will print the what is the text I given inside that. And the statement is ended up with semicolon. If you see the first line, the public class first program is ended up with open braces, flower braces. The second line is also open with another one flower braces. So the third line contains system.out.println. So my program, that's it, my program. So I just close the two braces. Okay. So my software is installed in C: program files Java JDK. So I need to open that path in the command prompt. If you see the next screenshot, in that Java folder I have the first program.java. That is the file we created right now. I open the command prompt and go to C: program files JDK. To compile the Java code, I need to give it like Java C, and my program is available in C: Srini Sam Java, that folder. I gave the folder path / first program.java. I gave that. Once the compilation is successfully done, I go to the Windows Explorer and see that another one file got created. The file name is called firstprogram.class. Because once the compilation is completed, JDK will create a new file that is called firstprogram.class. Because to run your Java program, you need to call this firstprogram.class. You should not call the firstprogram.java. Why? The first program.class contains the bytecode, because compiler is convert your human readable format into machine readable format. The machine readable format is available in first program.class. So you need to run the first program.class. So what I am giving, that Java space the path of your file and first program. You don't want to give this like first program.java. Just first program is enough. The Java command will execute the first program.class internally, and it is printing your text. In that system.out.println, you give that my first program, right? So the same thing will be getting printed. Okay. So how this code is internally working, we just need to know about it. So this is our program, first program. I just give it in the simple flowchart kind of like that. So once I save my program, I am doing the compilation using the Java C. The Java compiler will verify my code, everything is fine, the syntax is fine and everything is fine. Then it will create the .class file. After that I am issuing Java first program. So once I run that, what it is doing, that in my RAM, the Java virtual machine is already loaded. Because while you install the JDK, right? So once the JDK successfully installed, the Java virtual machine, that is on engine, it is getting configured inside the RAM. In our computers random access memory, the JVM is getting configured. So what the JVM is doing, if you issue the Java first program command, JVM contains one class loader. It will load your .class file and it will do the byte verification and it will execute your program. Then only you will get the output. So the JVM is used to run your Java application or your program. So here the RAM is there, inside that JVM is there. So once you give the Java space first program, that is your .class file name, the class loader will take the file and it will do the bytecode verification, because the .class file is having the bytecode, right? It is just doing the verification. Once the verification completed successfully, the JIT code, JIT means just in time, okay? It will take the code and it will execute your Java class file and it will give the results, okay? So I believe you understand about that, how the Java is working and how you can write the simple Java program. So one thing you noticed, right? I save my file inside the C: Srini Sam Java. To run the file, every time I need to give the path, right? Because I install the Java in C colon program files, but my programs are kept in the C colon Srinivasam Java folder. So it is highly uncomfortable for us to run that, right? Because the program location is in somewhere and Java is getting installed in somewhere. So every time we need to give the path. So this is not easy for us to in the longer approach, right? Longer period. So what I'm going to do that, I'm creating a path. So what it will do that if I set the path for Java, I can run my Java program anywhere. Okay, every time I don't want to go to the C colon program files JDK location and give my program name. Wherever you want that, you can run it in your machine. So you can open your control panel in your machine, and in the search box you can just type the environment. It will give the edit environment variables for your account under the system icon. You can just click that. So in my machine the environment variables are in it will open a empty box. So I need to configure two variables, one for Java and another one for path. Okay, I am creating a new variable called Java home. The variable name is Java home, and I am giving the path C colon program files Java slash JDK. That is the path I installed my JDK. Click OK, and I click on, I am creating another one variable called path. In the path I am just giving percentage Java home. Why I am giving that? I already configured the variable called Java home. I am giving that environment variable name percentage Java home slash bin. Okay, and click OK. So under the environment variables window, two variables are created, one for Java home and another one for path. Suppose you already have the path in your machine, path variable is there in your machine, just click the path variable and click edit button. So you need to give the Java home in the, you need to add the Java home slash bin into the path variable and click OK. So now the path variable set up in your machine. So again I will open the command prompt. Instead of go to the C colon program files, I open my C colon Srini Sam Java folder and run the Java C first program.java. Now my program is getting compiled. So instead of going to the C colon program files every time, we need to set the path variables in your machine, and you can run your Java program anywhere you want. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for watching this channel. Please subscribe it and share it. In this channel you will get a lot of technical videos like React.js, full stack developer and other things. You can get that, and the C program also I uploaded, so you can just watch that. I will keep on posting the Java related videos in this channel. Yeah. Happy coding. Bye bye.
Like a Hellcat.